Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions at 12 noon here in Chicago time. And you ask the questions. I see what I can do to answer them. Reading on the collective energy. Anyone who does this, it is not 100% accurate, but it's interesting the insights we can get on what's going on in the news and because we are in my beliefs anyway, and many of yours are that we are in a sea of energy. There's a collective energy, and we can reach out energetically into this sea, and we are very closely connected. Is how it works. So it is a spiritual practice for me, but also I'm a news junkie, so. All right, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And we have a fantastic community. Thank you. So just put your questions in the chat in the hour before I go live. So between like 11 and 12. And then during the live stream, if you wouldn't mind, anything in all caps is how you communicate with me. And other than that, please just type normally. So people have whole conversations and are really supportive of each other, and it stops me from getting distracted. So if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All of today's questions are there, and you can pick and choose. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in. Or jump ahead if there's a lull, or if the cat suddenly needs me and I walk away for a minute, you can just go bloop and move on. All right, so let's get the show on the road. I still haven't been able to figure out how to get this other camera working, which I wanted a second camera available for the afternoon creative sprints, but so that it's recognizing. Oh, hang on. If I got the right sound, audio? Yes, I've got the right microphone. It's recognizing the camera's microphone, but not the video. It's very strange. But the reason I'm telling you that is I connected everything, installed everything. It's still not working, but suddenly it's the camera on the computer, I don't have to adjust the exposure anymore. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what was clicked. I don't know if it stops. I don't know how to get it back. But now I don't have to stop and adjust the exposure, since the main source of my lighting is some big windows in front of me. So, okay. Okay, so let's start. 3 minutes, 30 seconds in. We're going to jump right in. Okay. Question 2 today is going to be heinous. The energy is going to be heinous. I'm going to do an overloaded Celtic reading on the second question because it is a big thing and it is awful. And the energy is going to be awful. And I can warn you right now. Because of that, I moved this other very unimportant thing right up to the top so we can get the energy as high as possible, or have a bit of a chuckle or a laugh or something before we jump down into the dear great Gussie, are you kidding me? So, Sniffy Jr., Don Jr., tweeted. Did you guys see his Easter tweet? Or hear about this? Let me share. Let me turn off the overlay for a second and put this up. Okay, so this was his tweet right here. This is what the son of our ex-president tweeted for Easter. Okay. So two things. One, reading through all of the comments, Twitter seems pretty convinced now that Junior's a furry. It's probably not true, but it's amusing to think about. But this particular response, someone responded, Derek Kashat, come and take it. Isn't that the point, to take the eggs? But it says it. Is it one egg? Did you get one egg and booby trap it with a claymore? I don't think that's in the spirit of Easter, but my family wouldn't send a mob to attack sitting members of Congress, so maybe we do it differently. Yeah. So there you go. Katie Rocco, I'm not saying there's honestly, I don't mean that there's anything necessarily wrong with furries. I know nothing. I know nothing of the lifestyle beyond, I think a lot of people became aware of it in there's a CSI episode a million years ago. But it's just, oh my gosh. You know what this reminds me of? Wait a second. I just thought of something. Hang on, let me find this. What do you call that thing he's wearing? The body armor? Is that what that's called? Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, from Town and Country magazine. Hang on. All right, you ready? You see this, right? You've got these guys right here. It's almost identical to that. It's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? So, you posted a picture of Jared Lucius Malfoy Kushner. Cool. Anyway, that's what that reminded me of. Okay. So anyway. All right. Little jocularity there. Alexander Bellino says we need to tweet a Care Bear crew beside them. Yeah, exactly. All right. Let me move ye old planner here. Oh, by the way, in the various things that are available, one of them is a vinyl sticker. I'm just letting you guys know. I put this on the front of my planner. It's a very nice vinyl sticker. And I really like it. So, anyway, just thought I'd show you. But anyway, okay, I'm doing an overloaded Celtic cross on one of the most heinous things I've read on in a very long time. And yoy. All right. Okay. I know part of me is dragging my feet because it's like, we're really going into this energy. It's like, yeah, we're really going into this energy. 9 minutes, 45 seconds in. Claudia had a very important question. Thank you, Claudia. Russia is kidnapping children from Mariupol and Donbas, even from hospitals, and putting them up for adoption back in Russia. The parents, understandably, are desperate. Will Ukraine get them back? This is not theory. This is not rumor. This is, the link in the description is to Forbes. Ukrainian children forcibly transferred and subjected to illegal adoptions. Hang on a second. Yeah, okay. So this is in the news. This is an actual thing. Article 49 of the 1949 Geneva Convention, Article 49 states that an individual or mass forcible transfers, as well as deportations of protected persons from occupied territory to the territory of the occupying power, or that of any other country, occupied or not, are prohibited regardless of their motive. In other words, you cannot take children away from occupied areas and put them up for adoption back in your own country or in other countries. Flippin' So, I'm suddenly sweating. I mean, like, okay, but I'm going to do, this is a big deal. And I would think that this could be the game changer. You would think if this is okay to the world community, I don't know. So I'm going to tilt the camera down. I'm going to do an overloaded Celtic reading on this. So if the camera can accept it. All right, is this going to stand? What's going to happen to these poor kids in Russia? There, that's better. Okay, how many Tums will I get through in this reading? All right, so there's taking children. So is Putin, people going to rise up against Putin, or foreign countries going to say, enough, we're done. We're actually going to do something serious about this now? I mean, I can only imagine if someone took my cats. I mean, just that, let alone, oh my gosh. I cannot. Excuse me. Families, happy families, that's what they should be. But Russia decided to invade. Russia, who has no claim, no legitimate claim, nil point. You got nothing, spiff. All right. In the past, decisions made. Okay, legal decisions, adoption or not. Excuse me. And just because these kids are put up for adoption doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be adopted. Or who are they going to be adopted by? What kind of family? What does the foster system in Russia look like? I mean, this is beyond heinous. Children. Oh, and by the way, I did a yesterday. Let me download this. Yesterday, when I was doing the cards for each day of the coming week, that's today. Yesterday was the Queen of Pentacles, which is, stuffing your belly, is what as I saw it eating. But this is the card for today. Page of Cups. And I was hoping it meant, Democrats being underestimated. No, apparently not. It's children. Children. Hanging above this reading. Oh, this is making me crazy. Oh, this is making me crazy. Hanging above this, the war needs to end. You have no right. You have no right to be there. You have no right to be doing what you're doing. The whole thing is illegal from beginning to end. And then the atrocities on top of it. You have no right to be there. Zero. The base of the reading. And you will face judgment, or you should face judgment for theft of human beings. Children. Katie Arbuckle says, what a way to start a Monday. I'm sorry. I thought we needed to read on this. Okay. Home environment. Soldier takes you somewhere. You don't know him. You don't know what's going on. Be scared. You'd be terrified. Oof. Okay, home environment. Hopes and fears. The fears you won't be able to get your kids back. They've been taken to Russia, and are you gonna have to pay to get them back? Or are you everything you own has just been destroyed? What's it gonna take to get your kids back? What other people see. Children taken. People with weapons taking the children. The challenge. I knew getting in this energy was going to be gnarly, but it is just. Putin better have good guards around him, because right now there are parents who otherwise it's sweet people who would rip Putin limb from limb right now. And yeah, fairly justified in doing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, near future 1. These poor kids. Alone. Out in the cold, bereft. Near future 2. I don't think the Russian system is prepared for this. Final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Final outcome 1, temperance, good. UNICEF is apparently trying to get involved. That's good. Final outcome 2, there's a magician. Final outcome 3, the world. All right, the world is going to respond. The world is going to act. Someone standing up. The world coming together make this stop. Okay, all right. This feels a lot better. The world should come together. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to accidentally click that. Sorry, Carrie. But yeah. Now the question is, all right, so that's good, but what form is that going to take? I mean, if you want to stop this, how are you going to stop it? Are you going to, is the West going to get militarily involved in Ukraine? Is the UN going to approve peacekeepers going in? Because they don't, my understanding is they usually only go in to keep the peace. They are not, they don't go into the middle of wars to try to stop wars. Hello, Susie. Oh, man. Ian McGrath is saying, having worked in Russia and Moscow, I can say now that once the people find out the truth, and they will, then it will be Putin's 1917. He's losing. He knows it. And that is when he could do anything. Yeah. Nikki says, I just heard children crying. Yeah, me too. Hello, Marjorie. Isabel Moss is saying, I am so disappointed with NATO. Yeah. All right. So what form? So, all right. Something's going to be done about it. What form is that going to take? GM Dave says we can't do anything overt. Oh, I would think. I mean, at this point, you've crossed a line. This is a whole thing. This isn't war. Not only can I hear children crying, but I'm trying hard not to start crying myself. So what's going to actually be done about this? Oh, this is infuriating. All right, card of the reading. Artificial wisdom says, time to cross the Rubicon. Mm-hmm. Pamela Bryan says, I'm pouring a glass of wine. It's 1:28 p.m. in Maryland. I don't blame you. Renier says, I feel Putin is going to get Romanoved. We'll find him in an abandoned mine shaft 100 years from now. Theft. That's card of the thief. In the past, we had evidence of atrocities, night and day. Okay, center of the reading. Fool. Who thought this was a good idea? Who was like, yeah, you know what we should do? Ugh. All right, above the reading. Eight of Wands. Strength. Mothers will crush you. You may be attacking the country, but this is fathers too. Parent will crush you. Will fight a hungry lion. Will base of the reading. King of Pentacles, Page of Wands. There are people with power and influence who are looking at these kind of things happening to children, and they're like, no. Oh, no. Oh, nay. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. All right. So what what are people going to do to stop this? What are they going to do about this to stop it, to hold people accountable? Oh, yes, Jolie, this is evil and vile. Yes, it is. Okay, home environment. Another page. And it's also a bully in the home environment. Hopes and fears. That is the card of hope. So there will be hope for these children for this to get resolved. So there is hope, thank heavens. There's some, at least. Home environment. Okay, what other people see? The Russian system is not set up for this. It's just not. The challenge. Do you go to full-blown war with Russia to stop this? All right, so near future 1, 8 of Pentacles. Near future 2, World. All right, the world is going to come together. This is it does feel like the UN. It's crafting policies, but coalitions, but the world is really unimpressed. Final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Final outcome 1. King of Cups. That's Biden, but it's also just liberal actual democracies being horrified by this. Final outcome 2. Hanged Man. Final outcome 3. Wheel of Fortune. This is Major Arcana. This would be a change, this would be a suspension, a change in the way that Western countries are looking at the war. Big fated change. So, does NATO, does the West actually put boots on the ground or planes in the air or risk is turning into a direct war that Russia will lose, by the way. It'll do a lot of damage first, though. That's the problem. If Russia actually goes to war with the West, they're going to lose. Oh, in fact, there are some places in Ukraine they're starting to use, I guess they're called flechettes. Have you heard about these things? It looks like a nail about that long, and it's got a very pointy end. And on the other side, it has a slightly flared back. Instead of something flat you'd hammer against, it actually flares out a little bit in the back. And they used these in World War I, and rarely anybody's used them. Rarely since, because you send a shell, a bomb, whatever, over an area and have it explode above the area, and it shoots out all of the darts. Yeah, all of these darts, all of everything. Someone was saying how like there was a tarp over her car. It nailed the tarp to the car. So you can imagine what it does to human flesh. Nobody uses flechettes. And you get them, and they get everywhere. You find them everywhere, and then they start rusting. Because heaven knows they're probably from World War I. Who knows? So, is the West going to all right, let's do this. Hello. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. Okay, at 30 minutes in, will a coalition begin direct fighting in Ukraine to stop kidnappings and atrocities? All right, so will a coalition begin direct fighting in Ukraine to stop kidnappings and atrocities? Please. Oh, thank you, Ian. That's very sweet. Shockwave says Vietnam used something similar. They were worse. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Gary Atkins says, oh God, I just saw those flechettes on Google. Wish I hadn't. Yeah. Nasty things. All right, world. Hello. I don't believe the Federation would put up with this. Alexandra, thank you. Thank you for doing this Black Lagoon dive. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Ace of Wands. Do something. That's a card of taking action. As in, do something. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to trigger you, Patricia. All right, Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands, Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. These are humanitarian groups, big humanitarian groups. It's been limited. Ukrainians have been limited. They've been getting stuff, but it's in a limited way, whereas Russia's been throwing everything they've got. This does feel like an amping up of military support of Ukraine. And this is a lot of wealthy people in the world. People like in the West tend to be wealthier than people in other places. Of course, it's not exact, but that's what it feels like. It feels like the places that have funds sending in huge humanitarian help. But this in the center, so is the U.S. joining a coalition to help Ukraine? Again, Knight of Swords. Big action. Oh, thank you, Maria. We could use some good energy right now. Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, King of Wands, Moon, King of Swords. This, I'm getting the other nations coming together and helping Ukraine even more than they have, but I'm getting it just off to the side. But it's enough that it's going to drive Putin crazy. And there's so much humanitarian aid and military aid and people going to help. I mean, this feels like stepping up, giving them materials they maybe weren't going to get before, or but that's all I'm getting. Be great. I too have come to really appreciate the thoughtful comments here. This is a fantastic community, and you guys, you are knowledgeable, you are kind, you are caring. This is a great community because of you. Thank you. Janelle says NATO is doing a lot more. We just cannot announce it. Yes, but I think they're going to do even more. But I'm not getting... Three of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups. There's that Knight of Swords again. Hanged Man. It's not going to be declared. It's not going to be declared, but oh my gosh. Putin better look out. You better look out. Unbelievable. Yes, that's true, Ian McGrath. 45 had won. We would have withdrawn from NATO, held things back from Ukraine, helping Putin. But he didn't get back in. Everyone who voted for Biden instead of Trump, thank you. From the bottom of my heart and soul, thank you. Alan is saying, please make sure you do something nice for yourself today. Cleanse your spirit from this darkness. Yes. I think all of us should. Okay, I'll get to the other questions in just a second. Hey there. How you doing? How are you, good boy? How are you, precious one? Are you doing okay? Are you doing okay? Are you doing okay? Oh, he's just precious. Where your legs? Oh, he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. He's such a good kitty. Dude, precious. You are so precious. Yes, you are. Oh, sweetness. You're so good. Hello, good boy. Hello, good boy. Yes, you're cleaning off all that nasty energy. You're so good, Bailey Boo. Yes, we're going to wash our little faces. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good. Precious one. Good boy. What do you think? You're so good. What do you think, precious? I'll put you back. Just needed a little cuddle. Just needed a little kitty cuddle. I'll put you back here, sweetheart. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. You're a good boy. Okay. Thank you. I needed that. Okay. Divine Spirit, Pour your energy down into the world. Fill the entire world, every last bit, every person, everything, every spirit, everything, every animal, plant, animal, vegetable, mineral. Pour your divine energy into the world, raising the vibration of everyone and everything in the world higher and higher and higher, so that we realize we are all connected, so that everyone can feel we are all connected. We are in this together. Pour your divine energy into the world for health, for healing, for kindness, for empathy, compassion, goodness, kindness, health. Bless. Okay. That's true, Marjorie Harrison. Boo Boo is YouTube's official support kitty. Very much so. Okay. 4130. Okay. Another Ukraine question. All right. So both Claudia and Pauro were asking about, well, basically, here's what it says. Most people are certain that Mariupol will fall to Russia because of the disparity of numbers. The Ukrainian soldiers are surrounded. Will Ukraine, with help from allies, be able to break the siege and save the defenders and citizens of Mariupol? Will Ukrainians ever get jets to stop the bombardments in Ukraine? Well, that kind of goes with Paro's next question, which was, will Ukraine retain Odesa and or Mariupol in the end to maintain their sea access? Okay. But we're looking specifically at Mariupol. Will will the Ukrainians fall in Mariupol? It feels like the city is a crater. Renier says Putin wants those ports. Yes. Yes, indeed. Knight of Swords. Military bombardment. Ten of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Swords. I wish I could say good things. It seems like their supply lines are the supply lines there are better than they were in other parts of the country. The Russian supply lines. There's heavy bombardment, and things were rickety in the supply lines. But the Russian soldiers there. Renia says, my friend who was born in Mariupol told me it was gone. Insult to injury and death. So I'm not saying they won't get it back. Will Ukraine get Mariupol back? Man. My planner back, so I've got something to quiet down the noise of shuffling. The Ukrainians get Mariupol back. Two of Cups. Okay, that's a good card. That's a partnership card. Okay. High Priestess. Three of Cups. Okay. 10 of Cups. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Two of Swords Tower. They have to rebuild. It was just demolished. But I've got, first of all, I've got resistance going here, but I've got them getting it back. I've got the card for the reading as well. This goes along with this. Because it's just been flattened. But I've got good cards here about Ukraine getting Mariupol back. But it's ugly. Man. Pamela Bryant's asking, how much does this binder weigh? I'm not sure. It's yay big. It's fairly heavy. So. But anyway. Linda Speece says, I always get remains. I always get I remains Ukrainian. I'm afraid I don't understand. Ian McGrath says the world will help build Ukraine again. I think so too. Yes, Leah Backman. Ukraine needs to get Crimea back too. Yes. Pamela Bryant says it looks hefty. It is. It is. I don't walk around with it a lot, but it's very useful. Pamela Bryant says, keep it handy. It could be a weapon. I thought of that. Hey, Putin. Want to borrow my planner? Boop, on the nose. Although if I was going to, I think this would probably make a better weapon if there's somebody broke in. But anyway. I wouldn't actually. I don't know. Right now, considering everything he's done, if I could whack Putin in the face with this planner, as long as it didn't kill him, I think I'd almost. I don't know. I think I'd almost have to for the sake of those poor parents, those poor kids. As long as it didn't kill him. But defense of the innocent. I think it would come under defense of the innocent. Pam Bryant says, you hold him. We'll handle the rest. Okay. Yeah. 4930. All right. Let's have a look at Odessa. Baro's asking about Odessa. Let's check back in. Will Ukraine retain Odessa and maintain their sea access? Is Odessa already being attacked? It doesn't feel safe. 9 of Cups. I keep saying this, and it sounds ridiculous, but it when I read on specifically Odessa, it feels like there is a spirit. There's something about the water there. There's something protecting Odessa. I don't know if that translates as those Neptune missiles or what it is, but I just keep feeling on some energetic level. There's something. Ace of Cups. There it is again. Am I the only one? I'm losing my mind. Ace of Wands. Justice. 10 of Cups. 8 of Cups. They have to walk away. Seriously. I mean, the Russians try to attack on land, but this balances everything out. It's like they cannot break the balance. And there's all of this water energy. I mean, there are other cities on, that are on the water there, but it just. Ian McGrath says, read about the city, you will love it. Okay. Katie Arbuckle says, I saw an article somewhere about Odessa that said the coastline is still littered with World War II landmines. Oh, geez. Anna says, yes, not feeling even worried about Odessa. Sandy Miller saying, dragon energy is definitely rising lately. Leah Backman says, the Greek god Poseidon. Renee thinks Putin will never get Odessa. Okay. There's, I don't know what's there. I don't know what the deal is. But one way or the other, whether it's something spiritual that leads to something physical, or if it's a metaphor for weapons, or if I don't know what, but I'm getting there's something protecting Odessa. Okay. Arn 747 says, so will the Russians walk away from Odessa? Excuse me, with the 8 of Cups. It's what it looked like. Burden. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. Things go wrong. Things go very wrong for the Russians. Either they don't have enough materials. They've got the burden of where they're fighting elsewhere. They definitely want to take it, but things go wrong for them. So, let's do that, universe. Let's do that. Okay. At 55 minutes in, Poirot is asking, how much longer will Putin remain in power? All right, let's have a quick look at this. Again, some of these things I may have looked at, a week or more ago, but we need to check back in, I think. Oh, Betty Harper says, I can't give up on Mariupol. I'm still claiming my mantra from prayers, miracles from Mariupol. Oh, I'm not giving up. I don't think any of us should give up on Mariupol. I hope no one thinks that I was like, oh, well, no. Snow says Odessa's protection is ancient. I get. That's what it feels like to me, too. I don't know. How do you get that kind of protection? Because there are some good places in the world who could use it, where they could use it. McGrath says if the Russian Navy goes well into the Black Sea, they will be blocked in. And yes, Odessa has got something watching over the city. And Alan says, I think it's worth saying the tarot community is very outward looking, doing everything to heal, being concerned. That's a beautiful quality. I agree. I agree. All right, that's a definitely better note to dive from, better level of energy to dive from, because how much longer will Putin remain in power? A vile sociopathic troll. Psychopathic troll. Six of Pentacles. Oh, he's still dripping the propaganda out at the people. Okay, Queen of Swords. Two of Wands, the Moon. Three of Wands, Judgment. This was him attacking Ukraine. This is the propaganda convincing Russian people that, oh yeah, sure, we can do, we can do this. We're stopping Nazis, whatever, but it's not going well. And he's hoping at some point, honestly, I wasn't getting good cards on it, but at any point, or on the 9th, I think it is May 9th, the Russians celebrate their defeat of the Nazis every year. So it would be a great day for Putin to just say, we won, we're coming home now. And it would be like, sure, okay, you want to say you won? Go ahead. If you're leaving, go ahead. Oh yeah, they won. Bye. It would allow Putin to save face. I wasn't getting good cards on that though. But this feels like Putin wanting to get back in with the war. He wants to get sanctions lifted. He wants to do all this stuff, but there's massive judgment still hanging there against him and the people who are supporting him. He's going to be there a while. Orange 747 says the moon card, maybe that boy's in danger and gets the judgment. It's not what it felt like. I wish. Good luck. Good luck, Sharon. Two of Cups. The world is really pretty well banded against him. Not perfectly. And Germany, you still buying the oil and whatnot from Russia? Hello. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Four of Wands. No, he's going to be there for a while. I'm sorry to say. These people are going to suffer because of it. All right, little sip of iced tea here. Refreshing. Okay, so 1 hour 30 seconds. All right, this is another thing we're checking back in on because I got good energy on it before. U.S. national security officials are warning that Russia will possibly resort to cyber attacks on our infrastructure soon. Is it preventable? What damage, if any, will be done? And there's a link in the description if you want to read more about that. I was talking to Sarah, my best friend, my best buddy in the whole world, Sarah, who comes on now and then, and is just a sweetheart. And if you ever want to hang out with Sarah, she's there at the afternoon live streams. And when she gets upset about something and she goes all Southern, even she admits that it can be pretty funny. But anyway. But I was talking to Sarah, and she said that actually, apparently, military cyber command in the U.S. is based somewhere near her, at a base near her. She's like, great, so we're an even bigger target. I doubt it's centralized that tightly, but so U.S. national security officials are warning that Russia will possibly resort to cyber attacks on our infrastructure soon. What damage, if any, will be done? When I read on this last time, what I got was we got some really smart people on our side on this who are keeping us safe. But all right, Putin go after our infrastructure. Okay, who here saw Die Hard 4? If so, you know what a fire sale is. Everything must go. Queen of Wands. Oh well, he wants to. He wants to attack. See, normally, I think he was holding back to a certain extent. I don't know if he's holding back anymore. Six of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Star. Two of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. We're good. Putin's going for the victory. He's working hard, but we've got a star card. This is hope. These are all of the light staying on. This is a really good card of really good energy. This is partnership. Russia will still try. They have lots of money to throw at. Terry Thomas is saying Cyber Command is in Austin. I'm just passing on what I heard. Cool. Thank you. He'll still keep trying, but you're not getting... You got Major Arcana Star right in the middle here, next to this. I got your back. I got you. I've got your cyber back, boo. We're good. Seriously. I think we're going to be okay. 3 more cards. Cyber attack in the U.S. Cyber attack U.S. infrastructure. Four of Swords. That's a big old nil point. 3 of Wands, King of Cups. If they attack, they're just if Russia has people attacking, it just reveals their own their whereabouts, like where they are, so the West can attack them back and block them and whatnot. We're good. I keep getting we're good. Card went flying. Hold, please. Okay. So, um, 106. C. Torino had a question. 106. Will Zelensky's fear come true about being hit by a nuclear device? I'm just going to focus in on Zelensky and nuclear. I mean, the Russians will put plutonium in your tea. Could be a big device, could be a small device, could be any kind of device. Okay, I've got an 8 of Pentacles. Could have a couple of different meanings. Hierophant. 3 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. Chariot. Queen of Swords. His government raining hellfire down on. So we're talking about big nuclear devices, but I'm getting every time there's even something close, sometimes there's some nuclear material that isn't well secured, or there might be a problem. It's like big parts of the world are just like, everybody freeze, everybody goes in to help to get hold of it, to lessen the damage. I'm not getting. I mean, if I was just going by the cards and not what the cards feel like, this could potentially be a big showy military force leader going forward, but that isn't what it feels like. So I mean, I'll ask for some more questions here, but that isn't what it feels like. It feels like it feels like someone's carrying something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something similar. Like if you have a kid carrying something like glass, heavy glass, or a family heirloom, or fragile, or what have you, and the kid's carrying it, and so the parents are like, and the kid like stumbles or something, and both parents are just like, whoa, drop everything, like lunge, catch, hands underneath, and then the kid's like, I'm okay. It's like, okay. They're kind of watching. That's what the nuclear community around the world is doing right now. That's what it feels like. So I'm not getting an attack, and I'm getting the rest of the world keeping so very close an eye. So very close an eye on that. So Pamela Bryant is singing in the chat. I like it. Highly recommend singing. What is it with me today? Butterfingers. I don't even know where that went. It feels like I still have a pin in my hair, but I don't. Okay, this is just crazy. I'm gonna get a hair clip. I'll be right back. Sorry. This is crazy. Sorry about that. I love these things. Just absolutely love them. They are so useful. All right. Try not to shoot this one across the room. Okay. RN747 is asking, how about Putin's unpredictable consequences for the West if we keep sending weapons? I'm getting there isn't actually a lot he can do. I mean, he's already committing atrocities, and he's already, is the likelihood of him using nuclear devices 0%? I'm afraid not. I think it isn't strictly 0% likelihood, but it's close. That's what I'm getting. B. Smith says, I'm a fan of butterfly clips too. Especially like this, I have this one, it's this lovely, obviously I like tortoiseshell. So I was very pleased when tortoiseshell came back into fashion. It's like, oh, good. And bigger glasses. Thank heavens. These are varifocals. Because I need trifocals. And these are varifocals. But your glasses need to be a particular size. They have to be, yay big. So that you can get decent, you got space for that. So when the little tiny glasses were in fashion, it was like, oh no. Oh well. All right. We're not done yet. Stretch. Take a drink. A little refreshing. Little refreshment. Ian McGrath, Autumn, when you go out with friends, hair down? It depends. It's pretty much like here. Sometimes my hair's this. Sometimes it's down. Sometimes it's up. It just depends I'm wearing, what's going on. So. Okay. Titanium frames, B. Smith. I like it. All right. So we're going to move on to our one international question today, 11330 from Martin Wincher. EU is putting Hungary under sanctions. It's very cold. McGrath says it's lovely when it's down. Thank you. I appreciate that. Will the EU is putting Hungary under sanctions with Orban becoming more totalitarian? Will this have an impact, or will Orban become more of a dictator? Oh, jeez. Don't worry, Tucker Carlson will save him. Orban, another lovely human being. Why do I have to be such a news junkie? These people have terrible energy. They just do. But I want to know what's going on. I don't like not knowing what's happening. It's my Scorpio center that wants to know what's under the rocks, because things could jump out at you. You can better prepare. You're better prepared if you know. So I want to know what's going on in the world. Ick. Marie Henson asks, will that prevent the RNC from meeting there? Yeah, you'd think. Okay. Well, Orban of Hungary is being put under sanctions. Will it have an impact? They're hoping it has an impact. That's what that is. Oh, thank you, Ian. Thank you. 5 of Wands, High Priestess. Oh, okay. Three of Swords, Queen of Wands. I backed into a corner, more fraught. But I don't know that he stays in power. Well, this is authoritarian state. You stir up the people. There are a ton of secrets. Sanctions will hurt, but this is authoritarian leadership. There's a death card. It's like it tilts one way, then it tilts the other. It's like the authoritarians, they rain down death, but then kind of death energy rains down on them. Yes, Terry Thomas, the CPAC. CPAC is seriously considering meeting in Hungary next year. Yes, indeed. Yep. Yoy. 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 Oh, see, Torino, thank you for asking. I look forward to reading your questions because I like hanging out with you guys. See, Torino. No. Martin Winters. This was Martin Winters' question. Orban. Sanctioned. Insult to injury. Ace of Swords. Four of Cups. He's okay. These are the sanctions. This is him refusing to make changes he should, but he's going to suffer from it. I'm getting sanctions cutting deep, hitting him, but I'm not getting a lot on what happens after that. If he remains in power. Three of Pentacles. There's a Queen of Wands again. Page of Cups and Ace of Cups. She's... Okay, so it feels like sanctions are going to cut. They are definitely going to cut deep. And I'm getting him staying in power for a while, but it's like he's in power and then maybe it starts like slipping away. That's what I'm getting. Hope that helps. All right, 1-1830. Kate Priest asked a question. Hey, wonderful Kate, who I used to work with. And a look at the latest on, so we've moved to U.S. domestic for the last 4 questions. A look at the latest on Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter. Eeks. All right. Make that 119. All right. Elon Musk. Did you guys see SNL last night or the cold open thing on Elon Musk? Elon Musk. I've got to look at like his chart and my chart because I have a terrible time reading on this guy. It's like I just don't get it. I don't get him. Be kind. How was the chocolate vegan hippity hop? It looked amazing. Yes, it was. And it did not last the day. Jake the milkless chocolate bunny. Yummy. All right. I don't get Elon Musk. I just don't. He's so full of himself. He's so rich. He has very little self-doubt. And he has so much money that nothing feels, it's like we're not in human land anymore. that makes any sense. It's just, nah. So, but Elon Musk and Twitter, apparently the owners of Twitter, basically they've put in some kind of poison pill that if Elon Musk tries to buy the company outright, he has to pay the people who own, or the people on the board, some insane amount of money that makes it like there's no possible way it could ever be profitable. So Electra Storm, who are you speaking of? Knight of Swords. Well, that could be an aggressive takeover, which is what he's trying to do. Lilibel says you both have Gemini rising and Saturn in Gemini. Really? Does he have Saturn near his ascendant? Do we know? Do we have a birth time? I mean, a good one. So my Saturn is within minutes. It's literally just below my ascendant by minutes. 10 of Cups, Hierophant, 3 of Swords, Page of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. He has so much money. Good dear great Gussie. This could be fun, but they're making it hard on him. Plus the fact that Twitter, there's going to be other social media companies that rise, that the young people are going to be using. Why should Elon Musk blow part of his fortune? Not that at that point it even really matters. Why blow that on something that's established at the moment, but could be overtaken by other social media platforms? It's happened. Can you believe we're really only in the beginning of the basically 4th decade? We've only had really about 3 full decades of internet. It's like widely used internet. That's pretty crazy. So I'm getting that poison pill they put in is pretty successful, and I don't think he's going to want to lose that much of his fortune. It's not worth it. And if he does do it, he's going to find out it's not worth it in the long run. Nah. Yeah, but he could lose $45 billion, and I mean, how would his life change? He has $200 and some billion, or it's just crazy. Ugh. All right, 124.30. Oh, this is infuriating. Okay. All right, guys, put on your waders. Take a deep breath before jumping in with me here. 124.30. Remember to breathe. Tennessee has a bill about jailing the homeless for up to 6 years. Shockwave, $248 billion. Yeah, so if he loses 48 of those, how is his life going to change? But anyway, Tennessee's passing a bill about jailing homeless people for up to 6 years. Browen says, as soon as you say Tennessee, that's all I need to know. Yeah. Well. Cat Shepherd, I agree with your emojis of shock and anger. jailing the homeless. So what? Then at least they'd get a meal, they'd get food, they'd have shelter. It's dangerous, and the taxpayer would then have to care for them and feed them and give them shelter. So with expensive guards. So wouldn't it be cheaper to create housing? Just a crazy thought of mine. Gretchen asks, what do they do with the homeless children? Oh, I'm sure something absolutely humane and lovely. That's quite a legal decision. That would be quite the law to pass. Yep. Yep, indeed. Terry Thomas says, that kind of amounts to debtor prison. Yes, it does. All right, seven of swords, knight of wands, 3 of wands, 6 of cups, king of wands. Far right, far right, far right. This would be stealing. You take away their liberty for what? But you're doing the far right thing, fighting for the far right causes, getting rid of the eyesores that you don't have to look down at the riffraff. I don't know that they're going to have as much success with this as they think, but because this king over here, this far right king, he feels a little frustrated. And if anything, this may actually bring attention to helping the homeless. So it's just a bill. It hasn't actually passed. Do you guys know? Gary Atkins? Yes. Tennessee making homelessness a crime. It doesn't surprise me a bit. Christian Nation, my anger emoji. Possibly swearing emoji. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Electric storm. When will Pluto finally plow through the far right? I mean, it is time. Well, we're in the last. It's in the last degrees. It's at the very end of Capricorn. And then it's going to start plowing through Aquarius. It's going to be a whole shift in energy. Yes, Gary, great Gussie. Dear great Gussie. I don't know why I say that. I hear I have basically inherited certain local phrases and expressions from Pittsburgh because my mother was from there. She lived just outside of Pittsburgh growing up. That's what I've heard. But I don't know that for certain. Anything more on this? Oh, it's a southern thing? William says. Okay. Pamela Bryant, should we not be seeing some results of Pluto's plowing? Of if Capricorn? Well, it's digging the worst of the worst up into, it's plowing through the field, so it's bringing up the muck and the dirt and the grossness and the mold, and so that we can then deal with it. Sunlight is a great disinfector. Just don't tell Trump again. 7 of Yick. 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords, World. insult. Oh, they're working on all kinds. The far right, they're working on all kinds of new laws to be cruel and inhuman and basically, welcome to life in an Ayn Rand novel. Sit down. All right, one to them. Okay, where are we? 131. Kyle had a question. Kyle Smith. 131. Will social acceptance of LGBTQ people decline as the Republicans' anti-LGBTQ plus policies ramp up? Oh gosh, I hope not. It's ridiculous. So, in other words, in the same way that Trump basically allowed a lot of people to voice racism, will this allow, is all this garbage allowing homophobia and whatnot? Idiots. Yeah, idiots who can't accept that people are people. Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Yeah, well, okay, let's put it this way. Easter. Big family gathering. I call it Thanksgiving in pastels. We had a big Easter dinner here last night. Nephews were over. My sister, her family were over. Of course, my parents, myself, what have you. My brother-in-law's mother was here too. She's a sweetheart. And big family doing. And my brother-in-law is nowhere near as conservative as my parents are, but he has his moments. And his eldest son is gay. My nephew, at least one of my nephews are gay. And there was something that came up, and oh no, we're talking about, there was this lamb-shaped cake that my mom had picked up for dessert. And of course, I was thinking, the MASH episode, the spam lamb and all that. And the younger people had no idea what I was talking about. It's like, okay, none of these young people have seen MASH. Okay. But anyway, we're talking and it was, is the lamb male or female or what have you? And one of my nephews was like, or they, and their father is sitting next to me, said something about like, don't start with that, or something like that. And so I just had to quote Doctor Who, an obscure Doctor Who quote, which very few people will get, but her name is Susan, and she would like you to respect her life choices. Yeah. So when you have the big family gatherings and it's, great uncle whomever's there who's just awful, that's still going to happen. You're racist, you're racist, homophobic jerk of a relative, they're still going to be there. But it's not as acceptable in the country. There are people on the far right trying to make a big deal of this. There are certain, I've been saying for a while now, red states are going to go ruby red for a while. I mean, ruby red. And in response, left-leaning states are pretty much going to have to go sapphire blue in response. But we'll see. You go, Miss Autumn. Thank you, William. Oh, Al Menzi got it. Who is always good. Oh, good. Okay. And young people are going to have to still sit there and listen to garbage in the periphery from the idiot relatives, 3 of Wands, Justice. And I'm not saying my brother-in-law is the horrible uncle. I just want to be clear. Laws will eventually come back and actually protect LGBTQ people and put these people on the far right back on the defensive, but it's going to take a while. Yep, these idiots they've been plowed up by Pluto at the end of Capricorn, and they're getting their moment in the sun. But disgusting, slimy mold doesn't do well in sunlight, so. But. Wheezy Squeezebox saying young people moving out of red states. I think there's going to be a lot of that. Ian is saying when Colonel Blake went down in the plane, radar told everyone Alan Alda was the only one to know. Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten about that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just bumped into I've got a big thing of, I've got a very loud drawer of lipstick here. Sorry. Okay. Pamela Bryant, that is beautiful and so true. Parents of gay do not always know the right words to say. The best words are, I love you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. 138. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, let's hope this is the last question. I saved this one for last. Hopefully, this is the end. This is the beginning of the end. Katie Arbuckle says, my friend is moving from Indiana to Oregon, and her excuse is too much corn. Yes, Linda speaks. It was a comment from the lipstick drawer. It was. And everyone's a critic, even the lipstick drawer. Whenever, because I live in Chicago and, I've lived in Baton Rouge and all this stuff. So I've driven the length of Illinois many times over the years. And so my very bad joke was always, oh, look, it's soy or corn. Like the band. Very bad joke. Oh, it's a field. Is it or anyway. Pamela Bryant, my dog just fell off the sofa with the boom. I'm so sorry. Oh, poor bunnies. Good doggies. I'm sorry. All right. We're going to end on a hint of justice. We'll see. Fingers crossed. 139.30. InfoWars has filed for bankruptcy after the Sandy Hook defamation lawsuits. Is this the end for Alex Jones? I know I'm being optimistic, but I can dream. Yes, Pam Brett, corn is tall, soybeans are short. And that is your lesson for agriculture today. Yes. William is saying he's hiding money. I believe so. Oh, good. You were here the whole time, Desrat. Good. Browen is saying Alex Jones is filing for bankruptcy to avoid paying out. Well, apparently it's not just InfoWars, but there are other companies he owns. So, no. Hold, please. Okay, there it is. Ooh, there's a judge saying, Al Menzi, please, please, may he find a large rock and go underneath. Dig out a little patch in the slimy, dark soil, which is his natural habitat. Let's try this again. So, InfoWars has filed for bankruptcy after the Sandy Hook defamation lawsuits. Is this the end for Alex Jones' reign of hatred and abject stupidity? Marie Sutton says, if Jones becomes homeless, I hope he lives in Tennessee. Yep. Atha Volpe is saying he did the same thing against his first wife. He didn't want to pay alimony or child support. Too bad for him. He lost. Oh, well, at least that's silence. At least that's him not talking about Sandy Hook anymore. The least that can happen. Least. Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups, Magician. Oh, he's going to get the smackdown. He had buckets of money, but the tide has turned, and this is the defamation suit not going his way because of his lies. So he's standing up, but it also feels like somebody may be standing up against him. Okay. Is that just telling me what it's already happened? It's going to happen. Alex Jones, you scum of the earth. You and Marjorie Trader Green. You know, you'd be very happy together in your natural habitat at the bottom of a barrel. Oh boy. Queen of Swords. That's the law. That's the bankruptcy court. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, he definitely wants to move money around. Page of Cups. Five of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Four of... Well, he still has an audience. And he's still saying what they want to hear, but it doesn't feel like him getting quite the money he had before, getting quite the success he had before. And he's not going to like what the bankruptcy court it says. Not going to like it. He could probably rebuild all this garbage from, the ground up. Well, below the ground up, considering where he's starting. But he'd have to pay out everything to the families, to everything he owes, all of it in order to actually start over. And I'm not sure. Is that even physically possible? I can't remember how much he owes the families of Sandy Hook, but I think it's just a crazy amount, isn't it? But I really don't care what happens to him. really don't. Queen of Pentacles. Judgment, Empress, Justice. And America moves on. That's America. He's this stuff, it kind of feels like this, like the garbage he spouted. America's moving on, and we want some actual upright justice. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. It is 1:51 here in Chicago, and immigrant auto ditto. Did Rush Limbaugh, did he keep that up over the years? I know that's what they used to do, the people calling in when we first made it big. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. It is 1:51 p.m. here in Chicago. In 2 hours and 10 minutes, I will be over on the Book Art Media channel doing creative sprints. And yeah, other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. You cannot get rid of me, try as you might. All right, hang in there. Please don't forget, you are not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There are, all right? And I will see you tomorrow.